Welcome to the Trinitech Cast. This is episode number 140. Oh, anybody else celebrate anything for 140? No, not really. 40th anniversary? Maybe, no. It's only like 125, 50, 75. Anybody else like...
That's a real big number, as you call it.
No,
Yeah,
like...
people celebrate 40 too. Yeah, celebrate big numbers.
Talking about
Like-
20, 30, 40.
this week, I feel kind of old, boy. Like, you know, when it's stop by traffic light, them, it's all guys that's trying to come on my window.
Say your uncle?
Yeah, boy. Call my uncle, boy.
You're an uncle. Fully a unk. Just this week in class, the trainer was like, yeah, so how old are you? I said, I'm a certified unk. He's like, sir, you're calling yourself an unk? I was like, yeah, why would I fight it? And one of the trainers was like, yes, sir. He's a real one for that. He's a real one for that. I hate when teachers try to act like they're young. I'd be like, hey, I am young, but I'm an unk. I'm an unk. Means I have a lot of experience. So yeah, uncle, you wear your window wash. I want to tell you.
Of course, I said nah. I ain't want to...
Ooh, that man take offense, yes. Today is the 23rd of November 2025. We are getting perilously close to December. Next week will be our the 30th of November, and then Christmas time. And Akim going on 6 weeks of vacation.
From tomorrow.
For real? It's
That'd
6?
be nice.
Huh?
I was just playing. Is really 6?
Well,
Whoa,
from
when
now until till my next day, I don't go out to work is, I'll tell you. My next day I work is the 5th of January.
That's crazy. That's the day I have to go back.
That's
No, I had to go back out on the 8th of January. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, yeah, my vacation coming up. But right now, test. I had to,
Yeah,
well, I set all the tests and everything
tomorrow.
already. And basically, I'm going to be correcting papers from now till for the next 2 weeks. And the worst part of teaching is correcting the papers. Like, it's just a lot. It just keep coming and coming and coming. But I'll save myself by putting memes on the papers, so at least I have some joy in correcting it, because I get to roast students for the work that they do.
Yeah.
It brings me joy.
You all remember getting tests or end of term exam first year?
Oh, I don't remember first year.
I don't know what first year look like. Like what is first year? Like who? I have not a memory from first year. I don't know.
I probably have 1 or 2 memories, but yeah.
I think I fall down at a time in school and I cry. But I can't remember if it was first year, second year, standard 1 or standard 2. All I know was on one side of the school where the first year to standard 3 does be. So somewhere in between that journey, I was on that side of the school. Once you reach on the other side of the school, that means you were like higher up now. Yeah, I fall down there and I cry, boy. I don't know how people just remember things from primary school. Like back to all kind of first year, second year, standard 1 and thing. That had to be a real jarring memory for you to remember what was going on. I cannot. I don't remember my teacher.
Yeah.
You remember your standard 1 teacher? Standard 2?
Standard 1 and standard 2, yeah.
I
Okay,
know from
Michaela,
second year.
this is in the most non-offensive way whatsoever, right? That's quite recent for you, right? That's quite recent for you.
That is not that recent. That is over 20, no, like a little, like almost 20 years now. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Because I'm 24 next week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
No, but seriously, that's not that weird. 'Cause I remember from second year come up.
Every single
Miss
teacher?
Riley, Miss Abner, actually for 2 years, and
What?
Mr. Ali.
No,
and
that's
then Miss Maraj.
that's crazy work. Like I remember one teacher, which is my standard 4 teacher. That was my favorite teacher ever in life. Everybody else is a blue. I remember the standard 5 teacher because he used to give licks. And
All my teachers used to give licks.
before that, I cannot remember. And if I'm being honest with you, some of secondary school teachers, I ain't too sure. I ain't too sure who teach me history. Oh no, okay, yeah, I'll dig deep because of conversations with classmates. I might remember some of them. But I tell men from primary school to see me and be like, hey, Andre, what you seen? And I like, hi. You don't remember me? I like, no. I like, my name is so and so from primary school. And I like, bro, I telling you, I don't remember who you are. And much less how you remember my face. My face could never be the same since then because yours obviously changed. And yeah, that was, damn it, yeah, like I'm pretty bad at that, pretty bad at it. I remember the most obscure things, but people, names, faces, I remember once they didn't change from like a child to an adult. All right, that's a good intro. Well done. We totally didn't plan that because we never planned the intros, y'all. Techiness, I didn't do anything techy besides I fixed my laptop and it working properly just as good as ever. And I don't think I need to buy a new laptop in this Christmas season unless it glitches on me one more time. If I have one more glitch, that would be the straw that break the camel back. But I really want 32 gigs of RAM on my next laptop and slim pickings right now. I feel like by next year 32 become normal.
Hey,
or
this
more
laptop
normal.
had 32.
That's not your laptop, right? That's your company laptop that you bought and got reimbursed for, right? Right? Yeah, good. If I buy a laptop, it's coming out of my pocket. Something like that. Yeah, so I fixed my laptop. Mia Bakella, how was your techiness? Oh, wow.
Nothing too techy, just work. Work and more work.
Because that's what they're paying you to do.
Yeah, apparently.
That salary ain't coming by osmosis. Nope.
I wish it was, but it's okay. Home stretch. After December, it's done. At least until January, but
yeah, something
home
so.
Home stretch. Yeah.
Yeah, Akeem, you doing anything?
Nope, I was just counting on the days until I don't have to work till next year. So that's kind of
wow. Let me make it sound like you don't like college job, boy. Like it sound like you like your job, but you don't like the work.
I like receiving money.
All right, so all the people out here and my dog in the background is because somebody passing in the road and I didn't lock her any back. But let's go. Today we're talking about another MOU. MOU stands for Memorandum of Understanding, this time with the UAE. And we'll dive into see what the UAE will be able to provide for us in our technological journey. AI deepfake laws in Denmark, I think that's the first place in the world that has some sort of laws actually going to be enacted in their country to fight against the deepfake scourge that is taking over the internet. And AirDrop to Android is a thing. After 15 years, I don't know, we will see. Like, we'll talk about the reason why Apple and Google have to be friendly just now. We'll talk about that. All right, so let's jump in. Why did the Minister of AI go to the UAE? A memorandum of understanding. Why do these things exist and why do they make us feel like something special is going to take place? Let's read it first and then we'll talk more about why it making sense or not making sense. All right, Minister of Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence Dominic Smith has signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of the UAE, marking a landmark step towards accelerating TNT's digital future. Smith signed the MOU in Dubai during negotiation and stakeholder engagements following Prime Minister Bissasa's meeting with Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Whoa, that was a mouthful there. All right, cool. So the goal is it will leverage UAE's globally recognized expertise in digital identity, border management, interoperability, and smart government systems. And it quoted Smith as saying the ministry is committed to advancing digital transformation and AI integration in alignment with the government TT's official policy framework on the National Digital Transformation Strategy 2025 to 2028. We spoke about that already. This initiative strengthens our pursuit of a digitally empowered society, enhances public sector service delivery, and deepens citizen engagement. Yeah. Okay. Let's just pause on that there. You remember the last time we signed an MOU? You remember the place it was with?
That was with this Estonia. Was that an MOU?
No, Estonia. No, Estonia was we were just trying to model our citizenry, population, all that kind of thing was a model similar to Estonia. We had signed an MOU with India, I believe, right? Yeah. And it was basically to, help us carry forward our technology. It could be argued that the UPI payment system came into place because of our partnership with India, as far as I remember, right? I could be wrong, I'm not 100% sure, because I do like MOUs, because they basically are a cop-out legal, not legal letter that says, yeah, we can help you, but don't hold me to it. And the UAE is a pretty huge place. Is there anything that the UAE has that could be able to be used here and scale to our particular niche Caribbean-ish sort of technological environment? My humble opinion, before I get any of your humble opinions, is no. They are way too advanced. Way too advanced to be able for us to even come close to implementing some of the things that they have. And if we try to implement some of the things that they have, it will, one, either cost too much money, or two, try to force technology on us that is we ain't ready for. We as a society. That's my hot take. What's yours, Michaela?
Well, first of all, I've fallen asleep because I just finished a 5K. And then second of all, you're breaking up real bad.
I hear about that 5K. Oh.
Yeah, sugar rush, yeah. Between the two of us, I try to decipher. MOU. Thoughts on MOUs. I don't really have any thoughts on it. Because, it don't really affect me that much. So I don't really pay that much attention to it. Yeah.
Gen Z strikes again. Sorry. Yeah, okay, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I wouldn't say it wouldn't help, because I don't think they would I'm not sure they would approach it like that, in the sense that, okay, we're going to try and implement exactly what what Dubai has or UAE has in Trinidad, because they're at a different stage in terms of their development versus us. I don't think they will do that. Similarly, like how with India way more advanced than us.
Yeah, but historically speaking, we suck at this. We all right. Now, what gonna come out of it? Like, do we get any follow-up? Do we get any sort of documentation, some kind of thing like that? Here's where I think the UAE is a good place to, if we were to choose a place to show how to develop rapidly, the UAE is a good place, right? Because back in the 1980s, the UAE was a desert, and they were just like, yo, we have oil money. Let's take that oil money to develop something that the world will be want to come to. And they started to create islands and all them kind of thing. They make Dubai and they make the Burj Khalifa and all the different things they put in place. They use that money to put it to good use to make the place something that is palatable, right? The only difference with them and us, Michaela eyes actually closing. Oh, like whoa, it's serious out here. She
Oh, sleepy.
you win now 5K or like yeah. The difference is
I finished it.
that they have a state-run state religion and a state-run sort of government that is very rigid, and they have a sheikh, basically a king, and that kind of vibes where you don't really have a chance to change the plan if the plan is put in place, right? In our case, we have a democracy. I laugh when I say the word democracy, right? That ain't exactly known for its consistency of planning. So if we use the UAE as an example, then we have a big problem with the political structure and the implementation of certain things. And you are 100% correct. I didn't want to be Captain Obvious, but yeah, we need the money for that. So what will we be able to take from them? We have to be able to take from them a little bit of rigidity and long-term planning to say, okay, if we go down and put something in place, this has to go on for 10 years or 15 years, and the end product will be a Burj Khalifa and the little Palm Islands that they built. The fake islands that they built. It's not like, not like we have computers and we could Google it, but it's okay. I will not go on my keyboard, and there's a name for the islands that they created that shaped like a palm tree. Okay, you beat it out of me, all right? I'll do it. Dubai Palm Tree Islands. It's called Palm Jumeirah. Jumeirah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, right. So they basically created a bunch of islands that shaped like a palm tree in the space of 15 years, right? So they had that, and of course they put all sort of technology inside of it and all these different things. So if we try to take those kind of things, we're screwed. If we try to take a simple national identification system, maybe we'll get through. But they obviously have better structure of their government than us, and that's where I think the fall down will be. The structure of the government and the ability for continuity to take place past governments. But what I want to know is didn't the previous government do this already? Put things in place for that.
They always putting things in place for that.
No, the Ministry of Digital Transformation wasn't doing that. Yeah. And hopefully not scrap what was done before. And okay. Okay, I'm looking for the National Digital Transformation Strategy, and I found the one from 2022. So I'll show you this because the article stated that there's one from 2025 to 2028, right? Right, yeah. So this one would have been the one under the previous administration. And some of the key points would be this, right? Key policy: digital economy, digital society, digital government. I'm not seeing anyone that says from 2025 to 2028. Yeah, but where it published though?
Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't wash your face.
No. I'm looking for I'm looking to see if I have it, 1 and 2, if I'm able to share.
Ooh. All right. We have some confidential information here. Yeah, that's the only one I could see. If we have something in place that's documented, then we have something to measure it by. But if we don't have anything to measure by, then we reach back to this KPI kind of thing, talk where it have no performance indicators. There's nothing that you could use to say that we got it or we did it or them sort of things. And for people who live in a digital world, and for people like us who are held to indicators of accomplishment technologically, it just bothers me to hear about a memorandum of understanding, but you can't really tie it down to, this is what they're going to help with, this is what we're going to be working towards, this is the date that it's going to be done by, that kind of thing. No.
Yeah. No, all I have is the National Trade Strategy for Trinidad and Tobago stakeholder consultation. So basically a couple months ago, Ministry of Trade had discussions with different consultants and stakeholders to kind of build up TNT's IT and software development strategies. So there was a PowerPoint. There was a PowerPoint that we had and all that. Yeah, it was a very.
I mean, once you have a PowerPoint, you're presenting, as a presentation, because slides matter.
But they have a whole IT strategy and software development strategy.
All right. Well, yeah. Goodish.
It's in the works, yeah.
Yeah, it's really inspiring confidence in me, and I know exactly why, because I get burned. Enough times. You find anything there, Akeem? I see like you're Googling hard. Or either that, or you were checking. Yeah, okay. All right, well, thanks. We'll see what the UAE can contribute to us in our future technological lives. Let's talk about Denmark. A place that I probably want to go, and I don't know why. We'll talk about that as well. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you could check us out, 308-8799. You could check our services out. Or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done. And maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. I give you a free plane ticket to go anywhere in any Scandinavian country. Which one are you going to? Sweden, Denmark, or it's only Sweden and Denmark. Poland, Norway, yeah, Norway, Finland, yeah. Which one am I going to?
Everywhere sounds a little too cold.
I feel I can handle Denmark. Sweden.
Get joint pain, you know.
Sweden are a little too concerned that they're a little too liberal. So Sweden might just be like, ooh. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think I heard like racial undertones about Sweden once. Denmark, I don't really hear anything about Sweden. I mean Denmark. I know somebody who went to Sweden and people were kind of like, oh wow, your skin tone is pretty dark. Yeah. So
that's
yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, it ain't easy out there, you know. It ain't easy out there. Like people. Why I want to go Denmark? Because I think Denmark is a self-sustained country who don't depend on anybody, and they are the one person that could make the dies for CPU chips. I think they have the only country in the world that have the machine that could do the thing for the CPU dies. If I'm correct, I can't remember. I think it's either Denmark or Sweden, but I think it's Denmark. So imagine the only country in the world that could do the thing that basically is the foundation block for computers. Like, yes, well, you're laughing at me like, you know, like that's weird. I want to go and see how a CPU is made. How they just put 10 billion transistors into one square inch. Yeah, that's crazy
I
to me.
understand. Yeah, everybody has different interests.
Thanks, Okela. Thanks. Yeah. All right. I appreciate you and your dripping sarcasm. All right. So, this is the article, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, that was from 2021, right? Denmark is seeking to protect ordinary Danes as well as performers and artists who might have their appearance or voice imitated or shared without their permission. A bill that is expected to pass early next year will change copyright law by imposing a ban on the sharing of deepfakes to protect citizens' personal characteristics such as their appearance or voice from being imitated and shared online without their consent. If enacted, Danish citizens will get the copyright to their own likeness. In theory, they would be able to demand that online platforms take down content shared without their permission. The law would still allow for parodies or satire, though it's unclear how this will be determined. The legislation will give everybody a fighting chance, to say, no, you could please take down that video. Which kind of stems from, you remember there was a problem when your picture go up on the internet, you used to have to like, tell people you didn't give
permission.
Yeah, didn't give permission. And now people will be putting up your picture on the internet like normal. People live blogging and all kind of thing, and they walking around and you in the background and people trying to hide their face and all that kind of thing. That don't happen anymore. People just be like, oh look, a live blogger. Let me run from them. No, you can't run because it just all are wrong and pictures be taken all the time. Like this week, you remember the robbery on the priority bus route? And they pop that picture on the front page. That woman who was saying on the front seat wanted to be on the front page of the newspaper for being robbed. Yeah. Before she went, right? So those sort of things normal on the internet right now. And I kind of agree that it's real hard for you to run down every single time somebody takes a picture of you somewhere. You basically just don't go out. If you don't go out, then your picture will never make it on the internet, right? Hopefully. Now, the deepfakes were usually reserved for stars and celebrities or whatnot. But why would you want to deepfake the average Joe? Because I think that the companies that want to do the deepfakes and use these sort of people and their likeness will think that they will get away very easily by just scraping people's information from the internet, from their social media profiles, and then just creating generic deepfake videos, AI videos of them. And Denmark is like, nah, you can't do that. If you go in and scrape random people's faces or whatnot, then they have the right to get money from you or to have to give you permission, which I fully agree to. What say ye?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now that you all agree, here's the hard part. How are you going to say that video there contains your facial characteristics and therefore it should be taken down? Because the other company will be like, nope, that doesn't look like you. What makes you think it looks like you? What's the measurement to determine how much of your likeness they used in a particular video? That's the hard part, because that's a technological problem that's very hard to solve, because that's almost like the AI websites that tell you if your assignment was AI or not. I see so much false positives on that. Like, it's crazy. Like, a child in school came and say, sir, this website saying that I use AI. I promise you, and the student is an upright student, right? I promise you, I typed this whole thing up by myself and I did not use any AI. But the thing telling Miss that I use AI, is there any way that I could prove this to her that I didn't? And I was like, nah, dog. There's no way that you could prove it. What you're going to do is your word against hers. So there are websites that mistakenly accusing some documents to be AI driven. So much less for a face. How are you going to determine that? And I think that's a technological problem that we do have the ability to solve right now. Like, I think.
Yep.
So what you're telling me, right, is a jury going to have to sit down, watch video A.
And use the eyes, yeah.
And watch video B. And all of them have to come to a consensus that yes. What if they change their hair? There's a reason why I can't copyright everything in this world, you know. Because if you try to copyright everything, then the copyright agency people will have a very hard time to issue copyrights. Because there's too many things that will be too close to each other. Human faces and characteristics are one of those things. Like, there will be like 10 people who look very, very similar. And those 10 people will go to that video creator and be like, hey, that's me. Take it down. And then the video creator would be like, no, it's not you. We didn't use any of your videos to create this. Like the AI only used videos from like some random thing. And basically no video will get created. Because everybody has the opportunity to take things down once it remotely resembles them. And that's where I think this could swing the pendulum to the other side. And I have a WhatsApp group with some elderly folks, right? That I usually like when they have questions about technology, I would help them, right? So it's basically a free WhatsApp group that I created like from since COVID time or whatnot, and it's still active. So ever so often they will ask questions about phones, they'll ask questions about this or whatnot. One of the questions one of the ladies asked the other day was, "Hi, Mr. Charles. I am a 70-plus-year-old person. I want to use the internet, but I am afraid that I will be caught by AI videos and I don't want to share them irresponsibly like you taught us not to," right? Because as tell them, don't share the videos and whatnot. How do I know when a video is AI generated now? And my answer to the woman was, I don't know. Read the comments. Because most of the times there's have whistleblowers in the comments that will be pointing out all sorts of different things. Because I told her, honestly, I myself have been caught with these videos. And yes, the platforms have the tag or the whatever it is, or sometimes they might have a whatever, but there is no watermark or anything of that sort that's been implemented. So I told her the best thing to do is to read the comments and see if they are saying people are calling it out as AI, and read the reasoning for it. However, I can't think of a better answer. Like, what you do? What if you're 70 plus? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There was a AI created trailer for Rambo 6 with Jason Statham as the new Rambo, and Sylvester Stallone was coaching him to be the new Rambo. Fully 100% AI generated. And I watched that for 30 seconds before I was like, nah boy, this ain't making no sense. Anytime I see them YouTube channels pop up, I'll block them one time. I'll be like, no, you're not catching me ever again, right? But I watched it for 30 seconds because I got a slight hook because I'm a Rambo fan now. I remember like First Blood and all them kind of thing and whatnot. So anytime I have a Rambo movie, I'll be kind of, into it. And I watched it. To the point where I was very, very scared to watch the new Hunger Games trailer because I thought it was a fan-made AI video also. And I'm struggling. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm struggling. I don't want to have to put in so much work to determine if a video is real. So, yeah, that'll put something in place. And, well, Denmark just trying to do what it could do. But there's no governing body. Yeah. we will be creating movements based on an AI video that tricks people with a very, very, very skillful piece of misinformation. And there could be mass uprisings in different countries because of the propaganda that will be created. That's my view. Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know what we need? We need TCP IP. Because when the internet, much more kind feels like, where is he going to this? When the internet was created and they were trying to get a way for two computers to talk to each other, there were a lot of competing protocols. Every university had a protocol that it was like, nah, we could use this one, and then eventually TCP IP won, and everybody had to follow the rules of TCP IP to send information on the internet. And in order for AI to be like reined in, there needs to be somebody who will come up with some protocol that says, nah, everybody, all you have to follow this. And everybody has to put in this digital watermark. And every time you upload a video to any platform, it scans for that digital watermark and automatically puts in the AI thing. Well, China have to use TCP IP. They can't send... Hey, I am arguing that my analogy stands, right? The standard for TCP IP means if you want to use this internet and you want to send information from one place to another, you have to follow these rules. And if you want to if you want to send a video to anybody, the video must have a certain bit pattern if there is AI involved in it or AI created. But the thing is, how much AI deserves a watermark? Because Adobe was arguing that. Right. Adobe was arguing that the other day because when you apply a magic filter or something to a Photoshop image, that getting flagged as AI. When all you do is just change the color green to like a different shade of green, that getting flagged. So I want to push for video. If I were to make the decision, photos, okay. We could fight down photos a lot. But when it comes to video, if something is entirely created with artificial intelligence, it should be flagged. If it's partially created with artificial intelligence, okay. We can't fight that because that's a deep rabbit hole of how much human interaction they had or didn't have or whatnot. But if something is totally created with AI, must have a bit pattern, you upload it to any of those major places. This is not you posting it on your own home server, right? If you're hosting it on your own home server, okay, cool, no problem. You'll get away from it. But if you're uploading to any platform and the platforms have to sign off on this protocol, that will mark it automatically. That's my only option. What's the other option?
Oof.
No, I didn't see that. I never heard that. What do you mean? What you mean, like, but Disney Plus isn't just like all the things that made from Disney? And ESPN and them kind of thing? Everybody that Disney owns. How they gonna allow content? Yes, okay. What? So what, they're trying to create a YouTube? No, this not adding up to me, because user-generated content is people uploading videos. Disney's boss, Bob Iger, said the company's streaming services soon allow subscribers to create and view AI-generated content. While the exact details are yet to be announced, Iger suggests Disney Plus subscribers will be able to generate and share content, including short-form videos and it is currently having productive conversations with AI companies to balance user freedom and the need to protect the IP. The other thing we're really excited about this AI is going to give us the ability to do is to provide users of Disney Plus with a much more engaged experience, including the ability for them to create user-generated content and to consume user-generated content, mostly short form. Yeah, that's YouTube. Yeah, like YouTube Shorts, yeah. Well, it's basically YouTube Shorts and the ability to do AI. So they want to create a YouTube competitor. A short form. Okay, not YouTube. That's not YouTube. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. So it had, but if it's short, all right, we don't have enough information, right? But if we did have enough information, which user is going to try to create short form content and upload it to Disney Plus? People who have fan fiction. Forbes will tell me my ad blocker on, so I can't show the Forbes article. But that would be crazy because that means you need to have a Disney Plus subscription to view the videos. That means a kind of lockdown. That's very, very niche. People will just stay on YouTube. But I still waiting, right, to bring it back. What is the only option we have to try to rein in on AI videos and people getting caught? You have a better suggestion than my TCP/IP analogy. It's a protocol.
Well, it wouldn't be a matter of buying into it, it's be mandatory.
Listen, okay, so the EU mandated that Apple have to use USB-C, right? It's possible it could be done from a governmental level. And right. So what I'm saying is, if the countries that care, the big enough countries, make decisions to do it, then the whole world had to fall in place. And this problem that we're running down a track, heading straight towards head first, is going to be so big that I believe that every country in the world going to have to stop and ask themselves, okay, why do we not want to do this? Because we're corrupt and we want to spread the propaganda also. So therefore we won't sign on. That's basically where this is as big as climate change. Yeah. Well, of course they're gonna keep it in the background, but at least there had to be some sort of okay, it's like, go back to my TCP/IP example. It's other protocols flying around the internet. And people, they have different armies and different people using different protocols to send information across the internet and getting it because they speak in the same language on either side. But at least the front-facing part of the internet, TCP/IP is being used. Yeah, but we have precedent for these sort of things. Everybody agree that you can't use biogas in wars. What's called this thing? Was linear gas? Not biogas. Chemical warfare. Everybody
Yeah.
agree? If you use chemical warfare, you're in breach. And everybody could just read down one, right? Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it not used widespread. It not like people will still use it in places and try to to fight it down. But the thing is, by and large, when a country wants to go to war with the next country, they drop in bombs. But they know fully well they could drop biochemicals and cause more problems. But there was a big memorandum of understanding, right? If we could use that took place that said, hey, we understand that if we devolve to this, we could destroy the whole world if we devolve to that. Uh-huh. And I am okay with that. I okay with them putting the fine print and say, okay, for military things, will be a problem. How much military videos gonna get put up? But think of the millions and billions of videos are gonna get put up that could create propaganda for rice and food security and climate change and all that kind of things. And that's the thing. The own government going and create the propaganda, and what you have to do is you have to get our government to be like, okay, at least let me fake that I'm going to put this thing in place so that the regular humans or regular users who are like separated or abstracted from that governmental fight that's taking place, then they will be able to follow some sort of rules. Because we know governments, back to my TCP IP example, we know governments using different protocols on the internet and they're communicating with each other in all sorts of different ways. But on the front-facing part of the internet, everybody using TCP IP. Because when you go to Amazon.com, it has to work that way. It has to go that way. Because I telling you, it will be worse than climate change. The way that we could sway societies and populations with fake videos and information, because people watching videos on a daily basis and getting catch like right now, and it only gonna explode exponentially, and eventually society will implode. It had to have a watermark. Have to. So whether or not every government fall in line with it from a purist perspective, there has to be some sort of face of, yeah, we're going to shake hands and agree on this, like, I don't know, NATO or whatever it is, or some kind of thing like that. But technology kind of wild when it comes to the possibility that we're going to have in the next 5 years. If we deal with it in 5 years, 15 years, they will in a mess. They will go through. Because people will just know how to pull out human heartstrings with AI videos and whoever pump out the most will be the one that will, the only thing that you could stop is to create a North Korea, which is silo your whole internet and you control your whole internet for your country alone. And that ain't happening. As an individual,
That's crazy work.
Yeah, but it are different. I learned the other day that it are different type of Amish people, and there are some of them that use the internet. But that's that's a whole different thing. But I want to know, was the other alternative? Yeah, if they don't implement a watermark on every video that was created wholly and solely by AI, was the other alternative? We established that already, boy, Akim, boy, we established that part already. So what? Yeah, I want to know what is the alternative. That I want to know. That we're pressing you for. Like you point out the holes in mine, which are true, which are there. But is there an alternative? That is not an alternative. That is an end product. That is the end product we both trying to avoid. I have a proposition for a way to avoid that end product. Okay. You see, Sam Altman and them, they cool, you know. They trying to push the thing. No. When I say they're cool, they're trying to push technology, right? They're trying to push technology into the future by whatever. Of course, make a lot of money and make their mark on society and all them kind of things and whatnot. But I don't think that is taken into consideration humans and how humans interact or deal with things. Technology and humans has always been a very a tricky bit. And they are the bunker. You're songing real smart there. I like that no need in humans thing. That's an existential crisis because we were made to work. We were made to do something purposeful. We were made to create. And yeah. All right. Yeah. That's gonna be you for the next 6 weeks. All right. We're talking of all that. I want to know what's the purpose of AirDrop. Right now you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of that will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. I remember a time I was in school and two people with an iPhone, they sent a picture to each other and I was like, hey, send that picture to me. And it's like, how you want me to send it to you? I was like, just send it to me. There's Bluetooth to me. I was like, Bluetooth? What's that? I just AirDrop it. And I was like, oh gosh, AirDrop is basically Bluetooth for iPhones, right? And they were like, so how you want me to send it to you? And I was like, don't even bother to try because Bluetooth on an iPhone don't play nice with anybody at all. Well, at that point in time in life, right? It wasn't working at all, and you couldn't share no files or any kind of thing. But now, ladies and gentlemen, an Android phone and an iPhone can AirDrop information to each other using something on Android called QuickShare. Now, QuickShare has been out for a while, so you could QuickShare from Android to Android. If you install it on a Windows machine, you could install QuickShare there, and it will share. But you could install QuickShare on a Mac. But now, Google just announced that Pixel 10 owners could now send and receive files with Apple devices over AirDrop. And there is no workaround. It's literally working with iOS. And they obviously worked with each other to get it to work. So you just have to go in, you have to enable a setting on your Pixel 10 first, because obviously they're testing it out, kind of. And turn on quick share. Make sure you're discoverable to everyone. Make sure the iPhone is in receive mode from everyone, which does last for like 10 minutes. And then you could share. But quick share has the ability to share with your contacts and all kind of different things like that. But essentially, if you make it available, if you make both of the phones open to the public, then you will be able to send files between each other. Only for Pixel 10, but it will come to all other Pixels that have a Tensor chip, which is from Pixel 6 up. So hopefully my Pixel 6 will get. And any phone that has a Snapdragon, which is all the Galaxy S phones from the Galaxy S 2020, yes, 20 all the way up, will have the ability to do it. Does this matter to anybody? How often you use AirDrop? What files? Pictures? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How long did a gig video does take to? Okay. Okay. All right, because it's like peer-to-peer directly. Michaela, you use AirDrop?
I used to back when I was in school and had an iPhone, but I don't have an iPhone. But I have an iPhone right now, but I don't really transfer anything that much. So AirDrop, nah, not really. But having that feature is really, really cool though. I like that.
I have never sent anything from one phone to another phone other than send it on WhatsApp. I will like, people will just be like, WhatsApp and then pictures, huh?
Well, no, because WhatsApp reduces the quality. So if you want to keep the quality, you'll AirDrop it.
Well, WhatsApp have the HD thing now, so you could put it on HD and it'll send the original file now. And
yeah, nowadays,
yeah. I cannot remember ever directly. I use QuickShare on my phone to my desktop. Yes, and the same thing for Akeem content. When I record videos on my phone, I'll just put it on QuickShare on my desktop, and I transfer in real huge files in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Because before you start to connect it with a USB-C cable, and with the cable, it's transfer like almost instant, like ridiculously fast. Like 30 gig, 40 gig videos and thing going in less than a minute over the USB-C cable. But plugging in that cable and all that drama wasn't like, nice. However, I could see it being useful for people who are in the media and content creation industry, and some people prefer to use an Android phone over a iOS device to do their recordings, because on an Android phone there are ways and means of getting software that you'd usually have to pay for on iOS to get things done, and some people just using an Android phone, or some people just rather a Galaxy S25 over a iPhone, right? Now they're able to talk to each other. The reason I think is where the conspiracy theory comes in, that Apple allowed this because it was the onus was on Apple to allow it, because it's not like Google could not do it, is that Apple is negotiating a contract with Google to put AI into their phone so their Apple Intelligence will actually work. In the past, they had a relationship with ChatGPT, which they have since broken, and now Apple is working to put Gemini as the AI agent that is going to be working in an iPhone. And somebody, in my humble opinion, sat down on the table and say, we're not giving you Gemini unless you allow AirDrop to work with Android phones and RCS. And they sent an email to Tim Cook, and Tim Cook said, well, We can't go back by Sam because we tell Sam that his AI is trash and it can't work at our iPhone. However, we've had a partnership with Google for a long time because Google pays us $10 billion a year, I don't know how much it is, to have Google search as the default search on iOS. So let's make a deal with them because we need them just as much as they need us. AirDrop, sure, no problem. RCS text messages, no problem. Take away the green bubbles, no problem. We could do that for you. Please give us your AI because we're really bad at it. And that's my conspiracy theory. What other reason you think could be like why they would do it? Because they love openness. Right. It's not like they love open technologies. Like, oh, we want to stop being proprietary. We're Apple. A conspiracy, not a theory. I don't know. A fact. Be a fact. So for iOS to play nice with Android, that basically breaks down all of the barriers that we would have had before. What can an iPhone do that Android phone can't do after AirDrop? Is released to everybody.
Take nicer pictures.
Nah, that highly debatable. No, okay, no, I'm talking about phone, like phone alone, no ecosystem, just the phone. It used to have a time where you find my iPhone was good, and then Google have the ability to find your Android if you just go on. Once you sign in with the Google account and you put in the Google search, find my phone, it will get you find your phone. It used to be that iPhone had better camera quality, and all of the Galaxy S's and the Pixels on them started to fight the camera quality and give you better images. It used to be that they had more zoom, and then all of the zoom get dealt with. It used to be that they had all the apps, but the comparatively Android and iOS have the same apps now. And it used to be that AirDrop was the thing and the green bubbles, and now both of those things go in. I think we reached like parity, and not parity in terms of preference parity, because people will still prefer their phone. But in terms of pound for pound, a smartphone is a smartphone is a smartphone. When you use it, once that AirDrop thing take place, like what could be a differentiating factor again? Color? No. Oh, okay. Understand. Okay, well then I'll say this way. A high-end Android phone and an iPhone, they one and the same. They do the same things, just that they do it differently. It will be preference. Who would have... Yeah. Who would have think we'd have get here? 2025. Back in 2014, I used to hate human beings. When they'd be like, so, use our Android? Let me show you what my iPhone could do. I just be like, bro, we could, I'm cool. I don't really want to have to talk to you. It had a time a big man boy would try to go like a photo shoot out with me and my Pixel boy. And he was literally like, come, let me take a picture of the same thing. I'll be like, you are a big 30-something-year-old man. I'm not going to go. Yeah, I'm not going to go a photo shoot out with you. Like, mine could take better night shots. I was like, okay. Okay, take your night shot. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you share it with everybody. Ooh, I can't share it with you because you don't have AirDrop. Like, so please remove yourself from my presence because yeah, that's wild. But I guess that's age. Some children are still fighting on. All right. Well, I wait when it reaches on my phone, I'll do it because you know I have an iPhone that just sits here. That's used for testing purposes only. No, actually, I was recorded it. I was used as a camera in the studio because you don't need a DSLR camera to record videos for TikTok and Instagram. Even though I see some people as be like buying $9,000 cameras and thing, and I'd be like, you have a $9,000 camera to do what? Oh, I want to make TikTok videos. I'd be like, bro, like, I'd be like, no, you spend $9,000 on a camera to do TikTok videos?
I would.
Yikes.
I would do that. Simply because I want the best quality possible. No, I'm not even doing it if I afford it, if I could afford $9,000 because the difference in quality between the what else? I have iPhone 12 Pro and a Canon DSLR camera that you'll get when it uploads to TikTok. Not even gonna matter because the people that's gonna swipe up. That's okay. It matters to me, and that's what's important.
Nobody watching your video for camera quality. Everybody watching your video for drama.
Not necessarily. Like if I come across a video and the quality is not good, I really don't care about the contents. I'm not watching it. I'll just scroll right past.
Yeah, because you are educated technological person. You will be that one view that is minus from the 1.5 million views of a influencer who is just dragging somebody else's name. And they do it with their front-facing camera while they're sitting down in a car on data.
True.
Because...
Yeah, man, ask Canada.
Yeah. Them studying you. Nah, you studying them. High-end video content creators, people, they on YouTube. And they're trying to do bigger and better things than short-form content. Because... I see my daughter already, and them fingers, they don't twitch anymore, you know. It just be like 2 seconds. Oop, nope, swipe. I'd be like, but you just swiped through 4 different videos. You didn't even hear what they had said the first time. He'd be like, yeah. And she'll be like, yeah, but I see their face. And I like, so just because of the person's face, what that you saw, you swipe it away? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, like, seems fair to me.
Yeah, just seems fair, like, yeah. She says, sometimes I'll see your videos come up too. I say, so what has happened? She'll be like, well, I'll swipe it away. Like, I'll be like, so you see my face and swipe it away? He's like, and then she was like, okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I watch it for 30 seconds so you could get a view, right? But I don't make it a habit of watching because I don't care what you're talking about. And I was like, okay, I understand. Yeah, for sure. Because she knows that going and pay for a Christmas gift, even though I get zero money from it, a little exposure will help the brand, you know, something like that. All right. Well, I look forward to the AirDrop, and we'll see how that goes. But it's not really going to change my life in any way, form or fashion. All right, so our recap for today is another MOU for AI, and I think we landed on, okay, cool, maybe it could work, maybe it can't work. If it does work, well, we'll see. And Michaela tried to find the National Digital Transformation thing, and obviously she wasn't a good spy for us. But, or maybe she was a very good spy and acted like she didn't have it when she actually had it. Conspiracy theory number 1. AI deepfake laws in Denmark, which took us down an AI conversation. And, well, I think that they need to put a watermark. Hakeem vehemently disagreed. But in the end, it's like, well, what else we could do, boy? We screwed. Yeah. How it could be done. Yeah. Yeah. I get it totally. I just trying to be dramatic. An AirDrop to Android. Somebody's with an iPhone will need to send me a picture to see if it actually works, because I don't ever send a picture to anybody. Just send it on WhatsApp. All right, my name is Andre Charles from @MakeItSimpleTT on the internet @TriniTechCast and @LearnIt_TT and @CaribbeanStudyForums.TT, because I have 2 apps that's going to start to become popular again because exams coming up. And oh shucks, I have to record a video. Hey boy, it's real hard when you say you have to record a video and you sigh. Like, I'm supposed to be excited about this. All right. And next up is Hakeem there, who has no lower third right now. No handle, because he is what? Yeah. Oh. Wild. And Michaela Noel, diversity higher.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram @Kella_Noel.
Working on the carnival body.
Yep.
Getting those gains. Making that protein shake.
Yeah, boy, and I'm so tired.
After running 5K.
Yeah, well,
all right.
Likely jogging. Yeah,
That's to get the cuts. Yeah, to get the cuts. Yeah. All right, so next week will be the 30th of November, and we'll record again, and then sometime in December we'll be doing the year in review and then the predictions, something like that. But we'll talk about that backstage. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for making it to the end. We gone. Bye bye.